Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Mayank, say.
Ma'am, now you are going to teach this or you will continue our morning session?
No, in our next skill development class, that is on Saturday, I will continue morning session. In this class, we are going to discuss about public speaking because EC and with EC and electrical students, we have not yet discussed this topic, so we have to continue with this topic today.
Yes, ma'am.
Morning session, we will discuss.
I was also confused about this because you have told in morning that we will continue from 2:30. So I thought that you will continue with
Okay,
all of this.
okay, Mayank. But today the participants are very few, only 5 participants. Only 7 participants. Let's wait for some time. Okay, let's continue. Only 7 participants. I don't know the reason why they are not willing to join the class today. Okay, whatever. Let's continue. Who are there in the class? Akash, Mamta, Mayank, Abid, Milan, Puneet, and Sumitra. Okay. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about public speaking, different modes of addressing a large audience, and how can you make your speech interesting. And if time left, we will also discuss about different patterns of public speaking. Okay, so let's start. What is public speaking at first? What is public speaking? Can you say? Akash, Mamta, Mayank, Avid, Milan, Puneet, Sumitra. What is public speaking? Do you have any idea?
To delivering when we speak.
Yes? Say?
When, when we speak in the front of large number of audience.
Okay, very good. Okay. So, when we deliver speech in front of audience, so I mean on formal occasions, okay, when we address a group of people on formal occasions, when we deliver speech in front of a group of people, then it is called public speaking. Now, when we speak publicly, we need to take preparation, right? So without preparation, it's very difficult to deliver a well planned speech, because we have to when we deliver speech publicly, then we should have preparation. That means we have to be well prepared to deliver the speech in front of a group of people. So preparation is required, and like any other professional task, it also requires planning, preparation, and execution. So you have to plan properly, and you have to be well prepared according to the planning, and finally you have to execute your planning. Okay, so planning, preparation, and execution, these are three important factors while preparing for public speaking. Now we are going to discuss about three modes of addressing a large audience. These are the three modes or methods, you can say: storytelling, elocution, and extempore. Extempore speech we have practiced in the morning session, right? In our previous class from 9:30, we have practiced extempore speech. That means delivering speech without taking much preparation. We are going to discuss in detail about extempore speech in our today's class also. But at first, start with storytelling method. What is storytelling? Okay, you all have some idea about storytelling. What is storytelling? That means describing something, right? But here in this method, there is much more than description. What are these? What are these things you should remember while applying or implementing this method, storytelling? At first, remember that storytelling method is a wonderful tool to communicate with others because it can create a good impact on the listener. The listener who is listening to you, and when you describe something like a story, infused with your own experiences and all, and it will definitely sound more natural, then it will be able to create a good impact on the listener also. So storytelling is a wonderful tool to communicate with others. What are the benefits of storytelling? Here you can see it helps us develop our imagination, because when we describe something, it will definitely develop our imagination. We will be able to develop our imagination. It will enhance our creativity also, and expression, because we will be more expressive while describing something. So in this way it can develop your imagination, creativity and expression. Now, when you describe something, when you narrate a story, always look at the audience, okay, with a welcoming smile and bright eyes. That means, you know, I want to say that you have to be energetic while narrating a story, or while describing something. You have to be energetic. You shouldn't be dull and monotonous. Always be energetic while describing something, while narrating something. And while describing something, you have to involve yourself with the task wholeheartedly. That means with your full effort. If you narrate something in a dull, monotonous way, and if you are not energetic, nobody would like to listen to you. And if you are energetic, if you involve yourself with the task, then everybody will be interested to listen to you. So always be energetic, always involve yourself with the task while describing something. And you can use facial expressions while narrating something, while describing something, because positive body gestures matters a lot. So try to use facial expressions wherever necessary. And use voice modulation also. And yes, another important factor is the volume of your voice. The volume of your voice, always speak um, yes, obviously normally, but everyone always speak in such a way so that everyone can hear you. If they can't hear you, then whatever you are narrating, whatever you are describing, they will not be able to understand, right? So everyone always speak normally, and so that everyone can hear you. And the volume of your voice also matters a lot. And yes, voice modulation you have to follow. Voice modulation, that means stress, intonation, all the patterns, rising pattern, for rising, falling, falling, rising. So wherever necessary, wherever required, you have to use the patterns. And you have to give stress also wherever necessary. Don't speak in the same tone always. If you speak in the same tone, rising or falling, then it will not be interesting at all. So you have to use different tones, different patterns you have to imply to make your speech more interesting. Okay. So this is about storytelling method. Now, where can you implement this method, storytelling? Suppose you are giving a presentation. While giving presentation, you can implement this method, that is storytelling. Suppose in the middle of your presentation you want to um, give some examples, okay, from your experiences, then you can implement or you can apply this method of storytelling. That means describing something like a story. So from your experience you can say something and it will make you sound more natural. That means you are saying something from your own experience. It will make your it will make your presentation more realistic one, more natural one. And always try to make your speech, make your presentation natural, not scripted at all. If you are prepared, obviously preparation is required. You have to be prepared to deliver the speech, but you have to be natural at the same time. If you sound scripted, then it will not be interesting. You will not be able to hold the attention of your audience, right? So you have to be more realistic and natural. That's why you can add some experiences from you can add some examples from your own experience. Okay, so storytelling is very important method, and these are the important factors you should remember while describing something. Next method is elocution. Well, what is elocution? Elocution actually refers to one's power of expressing strong emotions in striking and appropriate language and with the power of influencing others. Actually, elocution means the manner of speaking, with clarity of meaning and thought. That means speaking something with clarity of meaning and thought. Whatever you are saying, it should be very clear regarding meaning and thought. So you should have a clear concept about whatever you are going to speak, and it should be very clear. So elocution actually refers to speaking, manner of speaking with clarity of meaning and thought, which can influence others. So it's the power of expressing something with clarity of meaning and thought. This is what I mean by elocution. While giving speech, elocution is very important because you have to be clear, right? If there is no clarity, it can lead to misunderstanding. Your audience will not be able to understand you, right? So there should be clarity of thought, and there should be clarity of meaning and thought. So elocution is very important, and there are the important factors for developing the art of elocution. These factors are here again, I would like to say that always speak naturally with well controlled and modulated voice. And if you get nervous while delivering the speech, you have to control your nervousness. That means you have to combat your stage fright, right? And you have to use proper body gestures. So non-verbal communication is very important while giving speech. You have to acquire right pronunciation, stress. So these are the important factors while developing the art of elocution. Okay. Now extempore speech. Extempore speech, already you have some idea, but again I would like to tell you some important things regarding extempore speech. Extempore speech means delivering speech without much preparation. So while giving extempore speech, you will not have sufficient time to take preparation. Okay, so to be well prepared, you will not get enough time, but you have to deliver the speech. So what you can do is, you can use your presence of mind. You have to quickly recollect your thoughts and you have to manage the situation. Okay, and here confidence is very important. While giving extempore speech, you have to be confident enough. Maybe as you are not well prepared, maybe you forget something while giving speech. Maybe it's very natural. If you forget, if your mind goes blank, if you can remember what to say next, then instantly you have to manage the situation. You can do sorry you can take some ways, like you can take short pauses. Okay, suppose in the middle of speech you just forget something, so you can take short pauses, and if you, while taking short pauses, you can recollect your thoughts what to say next, and then you can start. Second is, you just paraphrase whatever you have said earlier. Okay, so whatever you have said earlier, you just paraphrase and uh, tell those points again. So paraphrasing is another solution. And third is, you can ask questions to your audience. Suppose you don't know what to say next, that means you forget, you are not well prepared. So you can ask your audience something regarding the topic. That means, suppose you want to know their opinion, what they think. This is also important, to know their opinion. So you can simply ask some questions, how they think about, and then in the meantime you will get some time to gather your thoughts, and then again you can continue your speech. So in this way you have to just manage the situation and move on. So it's very natural that you forget, what you don't know what to say next. You have to use your presence of mind, and you have to continue, and always stay confident while giving speech. Okay, so we have discussed about three modes of addressing a large audience: storytelling, elocution, and extempore speech. Do you have any confusion? Akash, Mamta, Mayank, Abid, Milan, Puneet, and Sumitra.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, do one thing. We have already practiced extempore speech in the morning session, right? Now, tell me some of the advantages of extempore speech and some of the disadvantages of extempore speech. Tell me. What are the benefits of extempore speech and what are the disadvantages of extempore speech? We have already practiced, so you all of you have some idea.
In advantages, it makes us more confident.
How? Tell me, Akash.
And whenever we speak something in front of a crowd, and if you are not prepared, then some sort then some sort of feeling is that we are not delivering that speech. But after doing 2 or 3 more this type of we are more confident about that.
Okay. Okay.
So in random occasion, we can easily speak something in front of anyone.
Okay. Very good. So it will make you more confident. Okay. Very good. Advantages and disadvantages, say. Or if you want to say other advantages, you can also say.
It also develop our presence of mind.
Very good. Very good.
It somehow it also increase our creativity.
Yes, very good.
By
Yes.
and
Very
in
good.
disadvantages, we are missing lots of points about that topic, so that our crowd is not understanding, maybe not understanding.
Okay. Okay. Any other disadvantage? Any other disadvantages? All of you say something. Puneet, Sumitra, Milan, Abid, Mayank, Mamta. Okay. Now tell me, if you forget something in the middle of your speech, then how can you manage the situation?
The first thing is that
Say one by one. Say. Mayank, do you want to say something?
yes, ma'am.
Say.
Ma'am, actually, I will start from there. Advantages and disadvantages. Ma'am, actually, it depends upon the topic. According to the topic, we can select it. If the topic is relevant to us, then we can. Uh, if suddenly we are asked to deliver some presentation on that topic, we can connect through that topic. Because if in short time we cannot prepare a what I can say, we cannot prepare a note. We can uh, present anything just by our feelings. So it is a kind of advantage that when we are presenting um, with our heart, then it will more reach to the audience, according to me. And disadvantages over this is that if some topics are if we are given some topic and we don't correlate with us, then it sometimes it may be difficult for us to make our audience understand what we want to actually say. So it is better to take our time and then prepare, then we have to present it to anybody. And secondly, you have asked that if you are telling something and you are forgetting what to say in between, then in that situation, as you have told earlier, that we may ask question from our audience, and also we can set a time limit. Like I can ask a question, I will give a question, and I will say I'm giving you 2 minutes time. You guys think over it and give reply after 2 minutes. So over that period, I can regenerate my thoughts and create new ideas about the topic, and I will continue from that.
Okay.
So this is my answer, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. Now, Akash, do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. This is a very good point that Mayank has said. But one another thing is that we can easily skip that lines from there, so that we are not, so that our audience are not getting bored about that. So we are not confident about that line, then we can easily skip that line from there.
Okay, so skipping. Okay. You can skip. Now, Milan, Puneet, Sumitra, Abid, Mamta, do you want to say something?
As Akash said, we should skip the part. Yes, ma'am. If we forget something in between the speech, we can continue the speech with the same confidence so that the audience don't know that we are missing some part.
Okay, yes.
And we can
Very good.
compensate in the next point also.
Yes, you have to be confident. Do not get nervous. If you get nervous, you will do many mistakes. So you have to remain confident and just continue. Sumitra, Puneet, Abid, say something. Mamta. Okay. Now, yes. Now, tell me, how can you make your speech more interesting? There are some points, but don't look at the points. Just think about how you can make your speech interesting. So, I want to know from your experience, from I want to know your opinion. What do you think about making speeches interesting? Yes.
Ma'am, by starting our speech from some idiom and phrases, or including some real life examples in our speech,
Very good.
or cracking some kind of jokes, so that our audience are interested in our speech. If the topic is like that, so
Okay.
that we can crack our jokes.
Hmm.
First, we have to know who are the audience. If they are from the older age group, then we have to concentrate about the jokes and the things. And if the audience are from the younger age group, then we can crack the jokes and try to get related to them, so they can relate to my speech and get engaged with it.
Very good. Any other point?
By giving opportunity to our audience to speak.
Yes. By giving opportunity the audience to speak. Yes. In this way, you can make your audience involved. If you ask something, if you give the opportunity to speak, then you'll be able to make them involved in your presentation or speech. So, very good point. Any other point, say? Always remember that if you deliver a monotonous speech, a boring speech, nobody would like to listen to you. So you have to deliver interesting speech. Holding attention is very important. How can you hold the attention? You have to think about various ways. How can you hold the attention of your audience?
By our expressions also, ma'am. By our facial expressions and body expressions,
Yes.
We can hold our public.
Okay. Yes, very good point,
It depends on
ma'am.
our activity too. While we are talking, we should talk in a way that our audience also what like our activity, and just they get involved through that also.
Okay. Yes. So, non-verbal communication, body posture, how you deliver the speech, how you stand, how you speak, maintaining eye contact. So, these are important factors also. So, you have to remember that non-verbal communication is here again important while giving speech. Very good. Any other
And by
point?
also
What happened, Akash? Do you want to say something? You are not audible.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if you deliver something in front of audience and if you are not friendly enough, then the audience are not involving in our speech. If you are friendly, then we can easily convince our audience on that particular topic.
Friendly.
Means, ma'am, we can delivering something in front of speech so that friendly means, ma'am, such that we are also
Kita